Hey, greetings, Destiny. Thank you so much for joining. Gigi, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Uh, Kima Girl, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Sleepy Tonkies, Nael, Junior, thank you all so much for joining. User, thank you so much. Scorpion, Alexia, Evelyn, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. La Ladu, Laduda, Laduha, Laduda. Okay. Otis, Manny. Uh, oh shoot, where'd they go? The Muslimo? Is that who's joining me? Brenda, lady, thank you so much for joining. Um, so I will go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. If you all are not, I can't say the word from what I understand. FOLLOWING. If you are not doing that, I do invite you to do so. I am trying to grow this account to 10K, inshallah, bismillah, and I would love your help with that. I do ask from time to time, if you don't mind, if you could also tap the screen multiple times so that those hearts can be, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. So those hearts can go out. That's part of the algorithm that alerts everybody. Oh, thank you so much. And the share button. Yes, that lets everybody know that we are live, and perhaps they might be interested in joining in on the conversation today. I see some of our sisters. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for joining. And I know, this is considered a work day or night for some of you, so I don't intend to be long. It's all in how you all interact and act. I have to say that because every time I come on here, I got some trolls, some people who think they're going to get a rise out of me. And I'm here to just let me set the record straight right now. All I do is ignore you and kick you out. I'm not going to address you. You're not going to anger me, inshallah, bismillah. I do practice emotional intelligence, and I do have boundaries. And if you are disrespectful towards me, towards anyone in this space, towards those of us who adhere and practice Al Islam, to Allah, to His Messenger, or any of the prophets, alayhi salatu wasalam, ijma'in, you out. I don't want to hear it. We ain't going to do the banter. We're not going back and forth. None of that. Zero tolerance. Okay. So I came on here this evening to talk to you all about the African net exfoliating sponge. Why? Because let me pull it up. They let me see if they still have the special on. They had a special going on with it. Um, and so let's see, do they? Yeah, they're $10. So it's not a special in that sense, but what they do have going on is that you can buy bundles. So these actually sell for $10 each. But if you get the bundle, you're getting four pieces for $30. So it's like you bought three, got one free kind of thing. So this is the time. This is a perfect gift for self-care, for those that are into self-care, for those that are usually using such things as loofahs for exfoliation. Um, I want to, share with you the wonderful things that they have for us to share with you about the African exfoliating sponge and how you can know the difference, how you know that this is the real one versus the what we say is the fake. Okay. So without further ado, let me give you some information here. Just bear with me so I can pull that up and read that to you guys. Okay, so I'm going to read the information here and then I'm going to ad lib and share some other things with you, if I may. And for those of you who use the African sponge, I want to hear from you also what your testimonials are. Okay, so it's deep cleansing and exfoliating. Experience a deep cleanse like never before with our African exfoliating net sponge. Its unique structure and soft knots create a rich, soapy lather that gently exfoliates dead skin cells, leaving your skin feeling radiant and silky smooth. Okay, so I'm gonna add some of my little 2 cents in here. You know, having been in the realm of health and wellness for, how old is my oldest child? For about 28 years, maybe a little longer than that. So, and you know, unfortunately, because that's not something that I was born into, I had to learn this. Um, you know, experiencing firstly on myself, and then when I got married, um, my ex wasn't down for being experimented on or with. At that time, it wouldn't be until we started having children that that would happen. So anyway, what I want to share with you about exfoliation. So some of you who are not new to me, hey, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. You may have seen a video that I shared in regards to cultural being, well, cleanliness being cultural, and I agree to an extent, you know, because each of us has a different understanding of cleanliness, and you know, my response to all of what was said in that clip is that I'm thankful to be Muslim because, you know, we have a blueprint that we abide by, you know, as much as possible, and you know, it gives us step by step, you know, intricate details of what we are supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do, as it relates to tahar, cleanliness. Okay, this is half of our, or yeah, it's part of our deen. Many of you all know, if you know anything about us, you know, we're in the water at least. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean we're in it all the time, but you could say at least 5 times a day we are in the water making wudu, ablution, right? So you know, and it includes the feet. You know, some people, you know, think when you're in the shower you shouldn't wash your feet. Again, I'm just saying I'm thankful I'm Muslim because you know, that's part of our wudu. You have to wash your feet. Alhamdulillah. So I don't know if I opened up with Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Rasulullah. Um, so with regards to our skin, it is the biggest eliminative organ, right? And regardless if you're on team clean, team bathe every day, or 2 or 3 times a week, right? You know, we have dead skin. We have skin that we shed, and you know, proof of that, you know, we're in the, you know, for those of us that are, you know, in the US anyway, and there are other parts of the world too, the weather is similar, fall, you know, autumn, when, you know, kind of thing. And so, you know, for those of us of melanated hue, you know, I think we have a better way of seeing that, our dead skin, you know, because we are in need of things. You know, many of us have grown up with or are accustomed to using Vaseline of all things. We ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother live. But anyway, we're constantly using that and shea butters and things like this to give us added moisture, quote unquote, keep us from being ashy, quote unquote, that kind of thing. And so with that being said, you know, those are things that you're putting on top of the skin. First of all, it doesn't penetrate to all 7 layers. We have 7 layers of skin. It does not penetrate to all 7 layers. So, you know, if you haven't properly bathed to get some of that off on a daily basis because you're applying it every day, you know, you're just adding layers and layers of potentially harmful toxins, you know, that you're putting into your skin, which, because it's an eliminative organ, you know, what you put on your skin will affect you internally as well, as or could. And so that's why we need to be careful with what we're putting on our skin. And so the best thing to do, especially in the winter months, fall months, the colder months, is to make sure that we are exfoliating. Okay. Another proof that we shed our skin, just like snakes shed their skin, right? Is that if we wake up in our beds, and depending on what kind of sheets you sleep with, you will see you know, some particles, you know, and if you were to put that under a microscope, you would see that they're like little microscopic animals or insects. Okay, so that's your dead skin. That's your dead skin. So the best thing to do is to, get rid of that dead skin so that, you know the appearance of newer and um, better skin can, take its place, right? And so the only way you're going to do that is to shed it. I mean, if you're accustomed, to tossing and turning, you're going to, some of those layers, parts of those layers are going to fall off as you toss and turn throughout the night. And then the majority of it will come off, inshallah, if you're bathing, depending on how you're bathing, whether it's a shower or a bath, and if you're adding things such as a loofah or the African net exfoliating sponge, for sure. And if you're using it properly, you're going to shed that skin. Okay. And so, you know, um, so what I want to talk about as far as the best way. The best way to use this when you get them is to do what we call, especially the first time. You don't have to do this every time, but your first time getting it, you want to do what we call dry brushing. You want to use this as a dry brush all over the skin, towards the heart. When you start with your arm, you're going towards your heart. Everything going towards the heart. Why? Because that's where circulation is responsible, right? So we want everything going towards the heart, and you can also do it in a circular motion. That again, all this is helping the lymphatic system, the blood flow, right? So, so that's what you want to do. So why dry brushing? Because that's the best way to make sure that you're getting all of the dead skin off of your skin, right? And so, moving forward, after, or maybe you want to do this once a month, or once a week, or you're the best judger of character to know how your skin responds once you begin using this on a regular basis. But you want to use this also when you bathe, even in using the dry brushing method to begin your bath. You want to, or your shower. Even when you take your shower, you want to use it as a sponge. It is a sponge. You want to use it as a sponge and lather up and use it, right? And the wonderful thing about this is look how long it is, and it stretches, right? And I want you all to pay attention to the fibers. This is how you know the real from the fake. And the ones that I have linked here, I have several linked. There's knots inside of these. Okay, there's knots inside of them. Um, the like I said, it stretches. The real one, it stretches. You've seen with the loofah, you've got the brush, so that you could brush the back and things like this, right? Well, with this, all you do is you're stretching it, across your back, the other way across your back, your bum, your legs. It can do everything. It can reach all parts of the body, right? And that's what you want. And so one other thing that we don't necessarily talk about, even though these holes are as big as they are, it is best not to, even after it has dried, to use it again without cleaning it first. And so again, referring to videos that I've put out there, I have a video that walks you through how you should clean it. You're taking hot water and baking soda and white vinegar, and you're putting it in a bowl. You're going to let it sit. You're going to stir it around, make sure it gets into all of the crevices. Then you're going to stir it around, let it sit 10, 15 minutes, you know, um, and then you're going to rinse it. It's best if you can to use hot water to rinse, right? To make sure you get all of the mixture out of the sponge. Okay. And then you just want to let it just hang to dry. I'm going to tell you, for those of you who are accustomed to using the loofah, this is much softer than the loofah. Okay. Maybe some, you're not as into the loofah because you can't stand how rough it is. Well, this is much softer, much softer. Alhamdulillah for that. Right? They come in various colors, all kinds of colors. You got your white, your black, you got your orange, your greens. yellows, whatever, whatever your color, your favorite color is, we have it. Both men. This is not just something for women. Some of our men, you got the rough skin. I'm gonna tell you, us as sisters, we don't like the rough. We might like, the rough, rough neck, if you will, that expression. But we don't want your skin rough. Okay, or allow us to help you with making sure your skin is soft. Okay, and this is one way to ensure that. So, thank you so much for joining us. Assalamu alaikum, welcome. And so, if you've seen the videos, it lathers up very well, very nicely. For those that think, using a lot of, either using your bar of soap or your liquid soap, that, it has to be, like the rubber tub, kind of thing. What was that character? I forgot. But, everything, there has to be just gobs and gobs of soap, and you could do that, if that's your thing, but you really don't need to. And so for those of you who have those holidays coming up, these would make great gifts. Like I said, there are bundles available. These normally sell for $10 each, and you can get the bundles. You're getting four of them for $30 versus paying $40 for all four. um, Told you, I have no time for ignorance. No time for ignorance. No patience. Okay. So let me continue on. Um Reading some of the things they have, some highlights. Let's see where we go. This thing moved so fast. Okay. So we are, I already kind of touched on that it helps to reach hard to reach areas. For some of you all who are a little bit on the large side, big girls, big boys, you get under those crevices, go under those folds very easily. Um, let's see. Or for those of you who are nurses or nurses aides and you have clients that you have to clean thoroughly, use this. This is going to be your best friend. Um, let's see. Um, okay, I read that part. Yeah, so just to let you know how far it expands, it's 40 inches, 40 inches in length. So it makes, thank you so much for that. It makes it easy to, and, effortless, reach those difficult areas. It is hygienic and it does dry very quickly. Alhamdulillah. Um, yeah. Yeah. So, why we're wanting to do this, as far as making sure that we're putting it in the solution, is to make sure there's no growth of bacteria. We don't want to get all of these toxins that we've released through the skin only to put it right back on. So this is why it's important to make sure that after each use you are at least doing that, and maybe once a week. I would say, some might say every 2 or 3 days, to put this in the wash. Don't dry it though. Don't dry it. Put it in the dryer. Let it hang it so in the shower so it'll dry that way. It doesn't take long to dry. Alhamdulillah. Um, and so you would think with all these porous holes that that bacteria can't hide in it, but it can. It's been tested. There's some tests. There are those of us, again, who are really into health and wellness, and they have done some tests. Okay, so this is why you want to make sure that you're doing this. And so it's durable and travel friendly. I didn't bring the pouch. I don't even know if I still have it, but it comes in a very cute pouch. If you look at the pictures of what I have, when you click the link, you'll see. Very cute. Very cutesy, very, very demure, right? um, and so um, it comes. Each one comes, like that. It's great to, like, if you, instead of maybe using boxes to put in, to wrap it up as a gift, maybe you are accustomed to using gift bags. You can, put it in there, in the packaging that it comes in. Just get your tissue paper, a nice pretty bag, and just put it in there and gift it to someone. Um, let's see. Okay. Um, and as far as how long it lasts, you're looking at 2 years. You're looking at 2 years. This, if you take care of it well, you're looking at 2 years, inshallah. So it's lightweight design and excellent for travel. It helps to promote healthy skin. Um, it not only removes the dead skin cells, but it also stimulates the blood circulation, as I mentioned, promoting a healthy, glowing skin. So if you know someone, there are those of us, we have rough skin. I, kind of talked about that. Maybe eczema, psoriasis, things like this. By incorporating something like this and using it, and of course, this, I would hope whatever soap that you're using, helps to improve circulation and improve the skin as well. So if that be the case, you're doing double duty, because this is what it's going, using this alone will do that, inshallah. And then if you're adding, such a soap as that, the healing that could, come about, inshallah. Um, it's sustainable and ethically sourced. This is from the motherland, okay? The motherland, from Nigeria. It's sourced from Nigeria, and it is handcrafted. A sustainable beauty. It's a sustainable beauty tool, that's a kind that is. Oh, if I can read, that's kind to your skin and is also to the environment. Alhamdulillah. It's versatile use, whether you prefer a body wash or bar of soap. So let me show you this. If I can get this thing to stop moving. Um, for those of you that do the bar thing, you want to put the bar of soap inside, wrap it up good, and maybe, like I say, maybe that's what you want to do, and you can just use the bar inside of the African sponge, that way, or you can take the bar, lather it up good with the water, and then take it, say, oh, I don't know. Okay, so you have the bar of soap here. You're going to put that there. It's going to be all wet and soapy already. And then you're just going to put it all throughout the sponge, making sure every part of the sponge has some lather to it, so that, you can begin to use it on all parts of your body, inshallah. Um, okay, so it's easy to use. Applying your favorite body wash or body soap gently, massaging it all over your body and hanging it to air dry, as I've mentioned. It's reusable and waterproof. And, the pouch it comes in is even waterproof. It's so cute. It's even got your little instructions in case you forget what I'm telling you, or, what have you. It tells you, it doesn't tell you everything that I said, but this is just, because this is my niche, I know a little something, something. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak. So, um, and again, it improves the skin's radiance. I mean, after one use, depending on how your skin is, you will already notice a difference just in one use only. I promise you, I noticed it when I was doing my demo for the video. And that was before I even had a chance to bathe with it. Yeah, so use it regularly to restore your skin and the radiance, and it leaves you with a healthy glow after each bath. Okay. And I could only imagine that, if you have children, I don't know at what age, maybe when the girls start really paying attention to their beauty or what have you, or maybe they have an issue with acne, you might want to introduce this to them, that, they should begin to, make this a part of their regimen, to help them, inshallah. So, Have For those of you who have joined, have any of you all used the African sponge before? Have you been gifted or treated yourself to this gift of these African net sponges? What has been your experience? Let us know. Um, so yeah, just type it out. I'll read it and go from there. Feel free, if you have not already, look at the different links. Like I said, they come. They're $10 each, or you can buy the bundle that is available within the link. Various colors, you know, um, great gifts. And as far most people when they give gifts, depending on the age group, I guess, people don't want to spend, more than $10, right at $10. Or like I said, you can get the bundle. You can get the bundle, and if there's several people you want to get, there's, you can gift each of them, from that bundle. And that way you don't have to buy so many single ones, unless you want it to come in the pouch. But outside of that, you yourself could be crafty and, figure out a nice way to, put it in a nice bag, to give it to someone as a gift as well. So, any questions? Again, if anybody has used this, please let us know the before and after, what you noticed before you used it, what you noticed since using it. Do you love it the way that I do? you know, like I said, it's several colors. Now, when you deal with those bundles, let's see, let me bring that up. Where'd it go? Okay. So they have the fall one. So, the fall colors, that's a bundle. Um, yeah. So you got your green, yeah, yellow, orange, and I guess it's considered a brown kind of color. And then there's another one. Let's see. Is it gonna let me look any further into it? No, I guess not. But you all should be able to do that. Yeah, so this is like fluorescent colors, yellow and orange, the fluorescent colors. Otherwise, like I say, you can get them individually. And there's plenty of them available, in terms of what's in stock. Now, these bundle ones, there's not as many of those. I mean, several thousand, but the more of us that are going live and sharing this information with others about it, that will play a part of it, a part in its availability. But the wonderful thing about this, depending on when you want to gift someone, I will tell you they are very quick too. It almost seems like, and of course, I think it would depend on what time of day. When I made my order, I got it the next day, if that's possible. But if I'm not mistaken, I got it the next day or no later than 2 days after I ordered it. And I don't remember what time of day I ordered it, so I'm sure, like I said, that might play a part in it too. So they're very quick to fulfill their orders. Okay. Um, any questions? Thank you so much for that. We can't. They're getting ridiculous with things that we can't and can't say. So I just acknowledge that's about all I can do right now is acknowledge what you all are doing to bring about the attention of others to this live, to me. For those who are unfamiliar, I am trying to grow this account to 10K. So I could use all the help I can get, inshallah. And you all should see somewhere on your screen, especially if you're in TikTok, the links that you can check out the sponges. And for those of you that are on some of these other uh, channels or social media that I'm on, all you got to do is go to the LINK tree and look at the Radia Spa Essentials store there. Okay. And then that'll be where you all will make your purchase, inshallah. There's, I try to make sure that both shops are equipped with the same thing. But and meeting people where they are. Some people don't like TikTok, some people don't like Facebook or Instagram. So or only use, these particular ones. So I'm trying to just make sure I'm, not leaving money on the table, as they say, inshallah. So I do see others have joined. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. If you are new to me, my name is Radia. Um, and I just wanted to make sure I came on here, for those of you who have upcoming holidays, just to come on here and, share with you a gift idea. Like I said, you can't beat this. If you're on a budget and you have more than one person you want to gift, I'm telling you, this is the perfect gift. Especially if you know someone that has issues with their skin, this is the perfect gift for them. And you could go even further, and I think, yeah, I have inside of the shop. Once you're in there, you can look at it. I do have, for those of you that are into bar soaps, I do have uh, a soap in there. I won't say what, because that's from a different vendor, or supplier, or what have you, seller. But I do have something in there, if you want to buy that particular bar of soap, or those bars of soap, because I think it's a bundle also. So, yeah, I do see others have joined. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we're here talking about the African exfoliating net sponge. Feel free to check that out. I'm encouraging those of you who have upcoming holidays, or just, you're the type of person, you love to give gifts. You love to see the reaction of people when they receive gifts, especially when they didn't know they had something coming. You know, the bundles. They have these in bundles, and it's the cheapest way that you can go about getting them. It's like buy three get one free, or you know, I think that, I'm not trying to do math, but that's the cheapest calculation that you will come up with. They normally sell $10, you know, so there's that. For those of you who have just come in, by chance, are you already familiar with the African exfoliating sponge? Have you had any exposure to it? Have you used it? What was your before and after? For those who this is new to them, they never knew anything about it, or they saw, you could have been like me, and I kept seeing these things. I'm like, what's all the hype? You know, I didn't even see these. I saw something that looks similar, but it's not. Okay, and it's rougher. It's rougher. It's shorter. Doesn't have it's a stretch. And it has the knots, but it's the material is rougher. I will say that. And this is what I was using first, and I did feel a difference. I will say that, but if you're anything like me, you don't know, you don't like, if you're using the dry brushing method, you don't want to feel that roughness every day or every time you go to do it, right? You want something gentle on the skin, something you're going to enjoy and have no problem doing on a regular basis. So that would be this one. Like I said, this is 40 inches. It stretches, you know. Look at the knots. Come on. My monitor is acting up. Sorry. Yeah, it has the knots in it. Okay. So this is how you know you have the real deal. Assalamualaikum. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And so again, great gifts, inshallah. This is for everybody, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or Jew, agnostic, atheist, whatever you are. Everybody appreciates a gift, right? So, gift yourself, because if you've been following me for a while, I'm always talking about self-care, reminding people, especially Muslims, that this is a command, this is an obligation, this is wajib, that we are to save ourselves. And so that includes self-care, okay? And so this is one of the things that I use as part of my self-care. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, you all can look and see. I think I've only done one video. Yeah, I think I only did one video on this product. I do have another one that, I may be putting out very soon, but I said I hadn't been on live talking about it. Let me come on live and share the information with the people. And so I'm here. And it comes, in various colors. For those of you that don't care for the colors of the bundle, you can put your own bundle together. Buy several and put them in the cart so that you can have a bundle. Like I said, they ship very quickly. They're very quick to ship your products to you. So $10 each, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, I see, like I said, several of you who have joined. Thank you so much for joining. We want to know, we haven't heard from, I haven't read the statements of anyone else that is a connoisseur, if you will, of the African net exfoliating sponge. So we want to hear from you, what your experience has been. Have you noticed a difference? What's your before and after? Um, you know, if there are any of you here that have. So we'd love to hear from you. Let us know. Let your fingers do the walking, because you're not going to be able to do any talking. Okay? So, anyone, I don't, that's the thing about me and doing these lives. I love and thrive off of interactions. And so, I'm hoping and looking to hear from, some of you all to help a sister out. I have many things that I can draw upon, but I am not a talker, despite what you may think. But yeah, excellent gift. You know, you're probably thinking, when you think of a sponge, you don't think of something like this, but it functions just like a sponge. If this were wet, you could wring it dry, right? So very much a sponge in every sense of the word, even though it looks like this. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Barakallahu fikum. Again, I want to thank everyone who has come and joined us. I would love to hear from some of you all who have used this before. You know, Whatever your favorite color is, they got it. It depends. You might have to wait, because some of the colors sell faster than the others, but they got every color. Primary colors, your red, your blue. You see my purple, but they don't really necessarily consider this a primary color, right? Because it's two colors that make up this one color. But you got your yellow, your green, your orange, black, white, brown. They've got the fluorescent ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So something for everybody. Find out. If you're looking to be able to gift somebody soon, find out what their favorite color is. And try to find a sponge that corresponds with, what they say is their favorite color. Okay. They have different shades of blue for those of you that like blue, and know people who like blue. Different shades, not just one color blue. Navy blue, and I think I like a baby blue or something like this. So yes, thank you so much for joining. Welcome, 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 welcome. Nima, Cassie, Jiz, Chanel is very good for exfoliating. I will advise to use it on the body. Thank you so much for sharing. Absolutely. Absolutely. For those of you who are into self care or need to get into self care, start with this. This is, um, very popular among our African sisters. I'm not sure that the men use it so much. Maybe they're learning and they're starting to do it. I know I've seen videos of other creators, especially if they're men, talking about it as well. So um, I love it. When I did my review, I was talking about, of course, I'm dating myself. Some of you all may know about the slinky. Kind of reminded me that it kind of pulls like that, and you can do the like this, like the slinky, right? And then with the string like this, that bouncy ball, that big old bouncy ball, put it like that. um, yeah, just having fun with it. That's all. But wonderful gift to give to someone that you love and care about, male or female. In all honesty, everybody enjoys them. Like I said, I see men enjoying these. Maybe it's been difficult for them to clean their own back. Maybe you're not in the shower or the tub with them, so they can help themselves, right? By using this. You've got someone you care for, and it's difficult to clean them. Now you have a buddy. This exfoliating sponge as your buddy is going to help you to help someone else to stay clean, inshallah. So that's what I wanted to share. Um, I will, jump off for right now, inshallah, unless, some of you all have some questions that you want to ask. And, I'll take a little break. I hadn't had my tea for today. I want to have some tea and then I'll come back. Inshallah, we'll do we're going to try to do one of the letters to finish up the self care series on pain. We've been going letter by letter. So we're trying to finish that so I can get into some other things with you guys, inshallah. And be sure to share with me topics that you feel that we need to talk about. That would be helpful also. Any suggestions you may have, speakers you feel, or conversationalists, as we like to call, many of us like to call ourselves. Let me know. Let them know who I am and things of this nature also. For those of you that are not inside of Clubhouse, the house I hang out in there is taking care of 5 before 5. Feel free to join that house. We've got plenty of replays there on it. You name the subject, we've talked about it. Okay. And up and coming on this Sunday, inshallah, we're going to be talking about something that many Muslims don't want to like, that we don't like talking about it. But I'm the type of person, I always talk about taboo subjects. Um, I have no issue with that. Um, we need to do it. We need to deal with it. We need to talk about it. Not talking about it is not helping, right? Thank you so much for that. So the only way to I feel to begin to make a change is to talk about it. That's part of Iman, right? For those of us that know the pillars of Iman, you know, and the way in which we're to enjoin good and forbid evil. So I got to schedule it on here. Just before I came on, I scheduled it on Clubhouse, but now I've got to schedule it on here, on specifically on Radia's Real Talk. That will be where we are. Thank you so much for that. Where we are going to do that talk. And it may get heated. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. So, I'm about like Angelica, Sister Angelica, the village auntie, and that we need some. This is some you we. She didn't say this. This is me saying this. We've let you brothers handle it, and you haven't. So it's time for us sisters to do something about it. So we want to hear from you sisters about it. We're the ones that are being victimized. I want us to be the ones talking about it, right? So um, there's that. So anyone else that has any experience with the exfoliating sponge that would like to share anything, your before and your after, how long have you been using it, this kind of thing. Like I said, these last up to two years, depending on how you go about caring for it, inshallah. And once again, do not, I repeat, do not put this in the dryer. If you're going to stick this in the wash, that's fine, but do not put it in the dryer. Okay, let it hang from your shower, air dry. Okay. Again, right now they have these bundles where you get four for $30. Otherwise, you're paying $10 each. So basically, buy three get one free, right? And of course, unfortunately you can't mix and match. The bundles are that what they are. But if you buy them individually, obviously you can make up your own bundle in that way. Or maybe you want to gift a whole family, right? A very inexpensive way of gifting a whole family is to get a bundle or several bundles. Um, I made the suggestion that you do because it has been tested that when a person didn't, use care in washing it every day, it did contain some bacteria. So I do have a video where show you how, you should go about. No, actually, there's two videos I got. One was I was introducing it, and the second one was me showing you how to clean it. So yeah, so I do have it. That just came to me. So I do have two videos that I talked about it. You're very welcome. Yes. Anyone else? Any questions? Any experience with the African exfoliating sponge? Were you a previous loofah sponge person? And if you want to share the difference you've noticed between having made the switch from the loofah to this, you know, if you've had a skin condition, have you noticed an improvement, since you started using this? We want testimonials. Feel free to share now, or, of course, you can always DM me at another time, because, I will try to use, what you share in some kind of way, so that, because for those of you that don't know me, I always feel that whatever you've experienced and had a breakthrough from, there's somebody else that's where you once were, or stuck where you once were, and your experience could be their breakthrough. So yeah, so we want to be able to share with others, so that they have more than one person's testimonial. Because I've only talked about my experience. I haven't been able to share anybody else's, because I don't have anybody else's experience except what's people are putting out here on TikTok, other creators talking about it. So yeah. But I want to jump off here so I can have my tea, and inshallah, I hope to be able to come back on. I hope I don't get the itis in some kind of weird way drinking this tea, inshallah, so that I can come on here. I've been saying it for what, a week now, that we were gonna go ahead and try to finish up the series on self care, and as it relates to pain and the ABCs. So I want to go ahead and try to finish that very soon, inshallah. So I do want to thank you all so much for joining, and for the FOLLOWS. I'm hearing that's a word we shouldn't be saying on TikTok. If you're not a good speller, you're gonna become one. But yeah. So again, if you have some suggestions of topics you feel that we need to discuss as it relates to health and wellness, please let me know. If there are those, thank you so much for joining. There are those that you know who are good conversationalists that could lead a conversation, or would be willing to lead a conversation, please let me know. And for those of you, again, who are unfamiliar with me, for the past, whew, um, we've been on Clubhouse for almost 4 years now. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. And whenever they started the replay is, when we started using it, so we have several conversations on replay for those of you, who would like to listen to some very interesting and or entertaining conversations. That's inside the house, taking care of 5 before 5. We also have a few storytelling experiences and with some storytellers as well. So again, I thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to hop off so I can go ahead and have my tea before it gets too late and I get too tired, because then I'm going to want to switch the tea to something else, and I don't want to stay up. I don't need to stay up. I need to be able to go to sleep. Inshallah. So again, thank you all so much for joining. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. La ilaha illa ant. Subhanaka inni kuntum min adh-dhalimin. Ameen. And have a good rest of your night, evening, afternoon, or day, wherever you are in the world. And inshallah, I will be back shortly.